What's up, YouTube? This is KJ, and I am back for my review for Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is season 7, episode 4, I think, or 5. I think 4. Alright, so we start off with Todd and Candy sitting down at the candy factory, and Todd and Candy are talking, and Todd looks kind of irritated and shit. So it comes to find out it's about how Candy's team is being run and how Candy is letting them kind of let stuff fall to the wayside and stuff like that. And Todd feel like she need to be on them a little bit more about this, and this shouldn't be happening. So Candy and Todd, they agree that they're gonna have a talk with the team. Todd is like, they gonna think I'm an asshole for coming at, saying something. She was like, they already think you an asshole. So it's clear that Don Juan and Todd and Candy's team don't even like Todd, which I think is stupid as fuck. But whatever. So they decided they're gonna talk with Todd, with the team, Todd and included. Then we go on to Claudia. Claudia's at the station. She's doing Ricky Smiley morning show, so she's running late. She said she's not a morning person or whatnot. Portia is also at the station getting her hair and makeup done, and she is not due to come on yet, but she's part of the show as well, Dish Nation, right? So Portia tried to shade Claudia, basically like she didn't really want it to, she was like Claudia wanted the TV job but didn't get it. But I don't understand why Portia's shading Claudia. Like, why would you be shading this girl just because she's friends with Ken? Because you clearly don't have no beef with her. And when Phaedra and Candy told you that Claudia was at the party, you was just like, I know Claudia. If you had an issue with Claudia, you would have said something then. So I don't even know why you shading her. I don't get that at all. But anyway, so Claudia tries to have a conversation with Portia, and just really talking about the show and what she saw and it was cute and all of that stuff. And Portia is really not into what Claudia is trying to say right now. She's kind of dry to her, and she said, yesterday was all good because they was in the hallway talking and kikiing it up or whatnot. And obviously she throwing shade because she heard that, she was cool with Ken. She was at the party with Ken. But Portia is being hella shady with this girl, and I don't like it, Portia. You need to just stop because you have no reason. Back to Candy and Todd. So Don Juan, they sit down at the little thing talking or whatever, and Todd just basically tell them, the stuff falling by the wayside, stuff's not happening like it should be, and he feel like the team is too comfortable. Candy is sitting there saying she agrees, all that stuff, and that y'all think it's coming from Todd, but it's not coming from Todd, it's coming from her too. But they closing that. They on deaf ears when it comes to that. They don't want to hear that. And Don Juan kind of put on a straight face, like, I'm just self-analyzing and all that stuff. Of course, Carmen, sorry ass, ain't got nothing to say, and I don't even know what the other boy name is. But for real though, Carmen, I don't really feel Carmen ain't feeling her, and I don't really think she'd be doing shit for Candy, no way, for real. I mean, I don't know what Carmen's role is, but from the wedding, she didn't want to really do right, and then now she bullshit and taking pictures on Instagram. Like, she could be fired, Candy, actually. Friend or not, this is what happens when you work with friends. People get comfortable, and the shit can happen, friendships can fall out. It's not cool to work, big mix friends and money. It's just not, and it sometimes cannot work. And I know Don Juan is doing what he need to do, but as far as this girl, Carmen ain't pulling her weight to me, and she never has been as far as what they portray on this show. But I do feel like Todd is right. The team is definitely slacking, if that's what Candy think as well. And Candy shouldn't have to micromanage. You know what I mean? They've been with her for a long time, and she shouldn't have to micromanage them. Like, she just shouldn't. Don Juan, he was trying to, like I said, he was trying to bitch up about it and, not portray his feelings, but he did come out and actually did portray his feelings at the end of the day. So we'll get back to that. But, where else? So Claudia and Kenya meet up at Garb Boutique. Garb Boutique is Toya Wright's beauty boutique. who was married to Lil Wayne, and she's also got a baby by Lil Wayne. So I was shocked to see them in there. They actually do support her. I saw that Kenya tweeted that something about Garb, and she at Toya Wright, and she spoke highly of the store and made a purchase and everything. So she said she wanted to show Claudia some of the cute shops in Atlanta and with the nice stuff. So it seems that she really was into Garb Boutique, and she really spoke highly of Garb Boutique, which I thought that was cool. You know what I'm saying? I like Toya, and I've never really shopped at Garb, but I have seen some of the pieces. I think they're kind of cute. I don't know how cheap or what they are, but I do think they are kind of cute. So they laughing and joking and talking about, feet and toes and who got ugly feet and whatnot. And Cynthia tells them that she met up with Portia. And how crazy it went, And Claudia then mentioned her and Portia's encounter at the radio station, and Claudia was just telling them, how Portia was kind of being a little shady towards her. And Kenya was like shocked. She was like, really? She couldn't really understand it, just like, with Nene and Marlo's situation. Like, why is Nene acting like that? So she looking like, why is Portia acting like that? These are grown ass women, and they should not be acting like that. I mean, that's just ridiculous. Really, it is. Kenya did not speak ill of Portia at all. She was just like telling Claudia, like show your sweet side, just be your sweet self. And then, if you have to show us our side, then you had no choice, but just be your sweet self, and, get to know her for who she is. And you know what I'm saying? Like, she did not speak ill of her. She did not throw shade on her. Like, don't get to know her. Like, and I just think that Kenya is being an adult, being a bigger person in the situation, because I mean, these hoes is acting like some fucking children for real. So where was I? So yeah, she encouraged poor Claudia to see for herself, and if it's worth, it is worth. She told her that it's worth talking to Portia about, you know what I mean. So I do want to applaud Kenya for that. Just trying to keep down any drama for real. I must say, this episode, I am a fan of Kenya. I mean, I'm not really team anybody, but, I do like Kenya, and I see that she is trying, and I see that she is trying to, be cordial with these girls in some kind of way. Like, I just still feel like she's done with all that bullshit. I don't see her as being a hateful or evil person or anything like that. And she wants, and, she just, she really just wants some respect, from these women, because they really don't have a reason not to like her. Candy, Phaedra, and Nene. Okay, so, Candy, Phaedra, Nene, and Portia meet up at the spa. And I must say, y'all, Phaedra is really looking good. Phaedra looks good to me in the confessionals. Phaedra looks good at that spa. And Nene was the second lady to tell her that she was skinny. Now, true enough, Phaedra might have lost some weight with all the stress that she got going on in life, but Phaedra looked good to me. I mean, I don't see nothing wrong. She looked good to me. What was that? During the spa time, Candy, which, by the way, Candy is always the one that's going to bring it up. I think Candy is the neutral one out the group right now. So that's why she's always the one to bring up the issues that's going on or the drama that's going on. I really don't like when Candy does that, because it does make her come off as messy. But I think that's what it is, because she is like Switzerland in the situation right now. It's okay for her to bring it up, and we can talk about it. So anyway, during the spa time, Candy asked Nene about her and Portia, and Nene says, they will never be friends. We will never be friends again. And she doesn't seem to care about, Candy, she don't seem to care about not being friends with Cynthia. So Candy revealed she started drinking, a little bit with Todd. She hadn't been drinking or whatever. And Nene was like, I knew Todd would bring it out. Nene, shut up. Like, whatever. You get on my damn nerves at this point, Nene, for real. Like, you got something to say about every goddamn body. Shut your ass up, okay? Candy, asked her what happened with Portia and Cynthia meeting. So Portia was like, I don't even know why she came. She was like, you know, she sat down and she had some kind of robot read. I'm like, robot read? What the fuck is that, Portia? I didn't even understand that, nor did I think it was funny, nor did I holler, nor did I yell. It was nothing like that to me. I'm like, what the fuck is a robot read? Then she gonna say, she sat down with robot read. She was fed what to say from Peter. Why would you bring Peter up in this? Like, why would Peter feed Cynthia something to say about your ass? What do Peter got anything to do or care about you? Like, come on, Portia. She just made up some bullshit and wanted to put Peter in it, like Peter telling her. First it was Kenya telling her. Now it's Peter telling her. Portia, stop it, okay? But let's see, where was I? They shading Cynthia, and she has in the past. So no, they saying like she can't read. Like she was like a robot reads. No, she said you calling, what Phaedra said something about you calling her with a long chin and short hair, that's a read, and she started laughing. But from my understanding, you know, this is what I think of Cynthia. Cynthia can read, y'all. I think Cynthia can read. I think she has in the past, so don't get it twisted. It's like, you know, these people that come for her that she got to get in check and get on point, she has done that in the past. If y'all just go and rewind back, she has. So I don't put none of this past Cynthia at all, for real. I think Cynthia is just sick and tired of all this bullshit, like she said on the after show. And, you know, this season she just not taking less bullshit from these hoes, and I don't blame her. Nene was like, she's trying to make her mark, and it doesn't look good on her. She needs to go back to the sweet Cynthia she wanted us to think she was. Nene, you made your mark. You did all the stupid ass, ignorant ass, ghetto ass shit that you did in the beginning of the season. So let somebody else do something. Like, why do you have to have something to say about this girl? Just don't talk about her. If you don't like her, don't talk about her. Don't put don't say her name. Period. And I guarantee you that we would have noticed that much more than you keep and continuing to throw shade, okay? So, then they bring up the whole Apollo situation, and Nene is like, Kenya is a liar, and she doesn't believe that Candy stood, you know, she didn't believe that, you know, that Apollo, she's like, Apollo lying about lying. Candy stood her ground and was just like, you know, I still believe her, and because it makes no sense to really lie about lying. But Nene's so damn stupid. She's officially gotten on my fucking nerves, for real. And last season, and already this season, she get on my nerves. Like, for real. I guess she has gotten into Nene head. I mean, Nene got into Porsche, what's her name? Phaedra head with that shit, and was like, King will remain where she is at the bottom of her to-do list, but she don't know what to believe, you know what I'm saying? But Phaedra, you may as well go, you may as well let it go. Because I'm going to tell you why. When Candy approached you about the situation and told you what Apollo said, you said that you were going to apologize. Why the fuck is you letting Nene bullshit ass get in your ear talk about she lying when you already know? Why? You know him, you know Apollo, and you don't see why he would lie. Has he ever lied about lying? Like, come on, who does that and why would he do that? So I just feel like, Phaedra, you need to just stop, because you are gonna just come off as a, you know, as a flip flopper, and we, you know, then they're gonna be calling you a flip flopper. So you need to just stop. You need to just let Nene know and just stop it. So Nene says that she's, like I said, so Cynthia So yeah, so anyway, so with Cynthia, in the situation with Cynthia, I just think that Cynthia has a lot of, you know, animosity bottled up, but it's for Nene. I think it's for Nene. I don't even think it's for Portia or nobody else. I think it's for Nene. And Cynthia, what you need to do is really just go in on Nene like you go in on everybody else, or and just let her have it, so that all of this aggression can come down and you can, you know, not be so aggressive, you know, show aggression to other people because of some bullshit talker in the fucking blog, because everybody talks shit in the fucking blogs. You said you did, she said she did, so y'all should be even Steven. But all that animosity, I feel like, is for Nene, and it needs to be put on Nene, and that's good. That's what your goal is in this season, for you to go in on Nene. That's what I want you to do. Where was I? So you could tell Phaedra was really uncomfortable with them talking about this Apollo lying situation at the spa. So she kind of just It was just like, you know, I appreciate y'all bringing me to the spot. She was like, it's just been a little too much. She was like, I just want to relax, da da da. She kind of shut the fucking conversation down because you three bitches is talking about her and her husband like she ain't even in the fucking room. Like, come on now. Then Nene was like, Phaedra, Portia told me about that. Portia wasn't even at the party. So for Portia to tell Nene, then that means that they gossiping. And who told Portia? Kandi. So Phaedra, that's your girl. That's your girl. That's your girl. Spreading this shit around. And you need to check her ass. Kandi, like I said, she see that she just basically made the observation that these bitches just don't like Kenya. So they not gonna apologize or think she right about nothing on no way. Even though Kandi was like, what we thought was her issue or what we didn't like about her, that, you know, we found out it was a lie. So Kandi is still gonna apologize, which I say good for Kandi, because she's not a follower, and I'm glad about that. And, you know, it just don't make no goddamn sense. So don't be stupid like these dumb hoes because they just don't like her. That's just stupid. Apollo and Peter meet up at Bar Warner. Of course, they just chopping it up, you know, whatnot. Peter is in support of Apollo, and then, you know, just his friend, and talking to him, want to be them, and he offered him a drink or whatnot. And they started talking about his jail sentence. And he's like, you know, Apollo's like, what did I just keep running through my head. What did I fuck up? What did I go wrong? Apollo, you a goddamn thief, okay? That's where you went wrong. That's where you fucked up. You went to jail for 5 years. You came out of jail doing criminal ass shit. That's where you fucked up. Once you go to jail, you're supposed to go back to jail. That's just, you're supposed to learn a lesson. I don't understand the people that go to jail and keep going back to fucking jail. Like, I don't get that. So, Apollo, that's where you fucked up when you started to partake on criminal activities after your ass had just got out of fucking jail. That was stupid as hell. So, I feel like Apollo don't care no more at this point. I feel like he is on camera up until he go to jail, literally, probably like the day of, because y'all know how Bravo do. So I feel like he gonna be on camera up until he go to jail. And then Apollo just don't even care. He's spilling all the tea. So he tells Peter, like, I don't understand her mindset. You know, she got with you when you first got out of jail. Which, yes, that's what everybody been saying, Phaedra. You talking about you don't want your boys to experience jail, this and that. Phaedra, you got him from jail. That's where he from. That's where you pulled him out of. That's where he from. Paulo said that he was saying when he got out of jail, he was in projects with an ankle on house arrest in the projects. That Phaedra ass used to be up in the projects after his ass. Oh, you look good, you this, and you a man now, all up in the projects at 3 o'clock in the morning, thirsting behind Apollo. Apollo said he couldn't even go nowhere because he was on house arrest. So we know that Phaedra, you wanted that. You wanted that, and you should be sticking by that. With that, that's what you wanted, and you should be sticking by that, no matter what the hell is happening, because that's what you wanted. But it was just so funny how Apollo was, you know, spilling his tea. Like, Apollo don't give a fuck. He don't give a fuck no more. He gonna tell everything. He's going to let all of us know what kind of bitch Phaedra really is, and anybody that was shocked about anything he's saying, you shouldn't be, because I ain't shocked at all. Phaedra is friends with Kandi, and Kandi is friends with a lot of hood people, a lot of you know, I don't even want to call them ghetto. I mean, just they hood. They you know, they ain't nothing wrong with it in a sense, but they hood. You know, Kandi is friends with these people, so Phaedra is Candy's one and only friend, for real friend on the show. The rest of them ain't friends like that for real, but Kandi and Phaedra are real friends. They hang out. You know what I'm saying? They friends outside the show. They have made that clear. So the fact that they friends makes me know that Phaedra is not who she portrays to be on television, y'all. She just ain't. She a whole different chick. She turn up, she turn out, and she turn up. And y'all know that. I mean, come on. I don't see no, she ain't putting them past me, honestly. So anyway, so yeah, Paulo spilling all that tea. So then Peter asked, you know, well, why did you lie about the King situation? He's like, you know, the reason he lied was because King said something about the text message and he couldn't get out of it. Typical nigga. That is so typical of a nigga. You gonna make up a lie because you can't get out of some shit that your ass should have been doing in the first goddamn place. But your lie that you made up was very outlandish. Like you just went in. You went hard on that lie. And it lasted for 2 years. I told y'all Apollo was being smart about that shit. When he said that he was like, I used it to my benefit, I told y'all Apollo knew what he was doing when he started that lie and how long he let that lie go on. It was for a reason. I'm telling y'all. Portia and Claudia meet to talk. Claudia addressed, want to address the shade that's going on at the studio, where they work or whatnot. And Portia tries to act like she don't know what Claudia talking about. But Claudia was just like, what Portia could say what she want to say, but she did feel like she was throwing shade. She tried to address the Kenya situation, and Portia just goes straight into rude mode. Either she was rude or this was editing to make her look rude. But she was just like ignoring the girl or changing the subject, talking about some fucking lotion. Like, come on, Portia, seriously. And then she told the girl, she was like, you don't have nothing to do with me and Kenya's situation. She didn't want to talk to Claudia about the situation, I guess because Claudia is friends with Kenya. But, Claudia was just like, I just want you to get to know me for me. I'm going to get to know you for you. And it is what it is. Like, I don't want to be involved in that between you and Kenya. You know what I'm saying? She's like, I want to like you and I want you to like me. You know what I'm saying? So, Claudia is trying to keep down the drama. But Portia already brought it for real. Because she's being shady. And if it wasn't editing, she was also being rude. So, I just don't like that, Portia. I don't like it. You need to stop. You need to stop. Seriously. And I ain't going to say it no damn more, Portia. You need to stop it. Because you are being real petty right now and acting like a little girl, like for real. So Candy and Don Juan, they talking, and Don Juan tells him, Todd stay in the meetings, and I don't like him in the meetings, and this and that, and Todd don't pay me. And Candy was just basically wrapping it up and was like, Todd gonna be there, so deal with it. So Don Juan takes that and run with it, but he decides, I guess, to go have a conversation with Todd. Now here is what I think. I think Todd is right. I think that Don Juan should not have to have everything on his shoulders. He's been a managing candidate for a long time. And if it's a lot, then he should have a right-hand man. He should have a number two. He should have somebody there to where he don't have to miss his mama wedding and miss all these important life situations. Like, come on, I would never miss my damn mama wedding. Ever. Funeral, nothing. Like, no, I'll be off that day. And it is what it is. So I think Todd was right, and I think that after Don Juan kind of calmed his motherfucking nerves down, because he was really trying to bitch up about it, he calmed his ass down and realized that, Todd is right. And these hoes that's up under me are slacking. I do what I got to do, but they don't do what the fuck they got to do. So I thought that conversation ended pretty well. He did shade Todd, though, about his resume, like what Todd got on his resume. But they did have, the man-to-man conversation. So, but Don Juan, I don't know if he gay or not. I don't know, but whatever. Candy and King meet up at the boxing, kickboxing or something like that. And so they boxing it out and talking while they boxing or whatever. And Kenny was like, Candy's got a strong punch. I knew that because she was ghetto, They always throwing back and forth shade at each other, but she laughed it off. I mean, it ain't even no big deal, and I don't think Candy would take it as a big deal. But, everybody don't do that. Some people do take it as a big deal. Candy, I think, is the only one that, if that came up on a reunion, she would not be like, she'll be like, oh, that one there, whatever, because if you know you ain't ghetto, or you ain't like that, don't let that shit affect you. That's me. That's my mentality, personally. Anyway, so they talk, and she tells her, basically she want to apologize. She found out Apollo lied or whatever. She wanted to apologize about how, she was treating her in the whole situation. And Kenya appreciated her apology or whatever. And then, so here go Candy running her mouth again. And she was like, Portia and Nene felt like, Apollo was lying about lying. And Kenya got upset. Because I feel like Kenya got upset because, enough is a damn enough. Like, I don't think I would have cried, but I don't know. It just depends. I feel like if I wanted to be friends with these girls and I wanted to be cordial with these girls, I might have got a little emotional myself because, like, what more can I do? Like, what else can I do? What else can I say? Like, the man clearly lied. And, and Kenya was right. Apollo, something's obviously wrong with him. He's a fucking criminal. He's a fucking liar. And he lied and let the shit go on for 2 years. So it's clear that something is wrong with him, And Apollo the crime, the lies, like that shit just ain't right. It's just not right. You know what I'm saying? So I would think something was wrong with Apollo ass too. And Candy, you got to admit, when you first heard about it, he was like, you don't even know him. Because like, why would he do that? You know what I'm saying? He been lying to all of y'all for 2 years. So you gotta have, she's got some validation in what she's saying. And she's right. She hasn't done anything to Nene. Nene is just a bitch. And she don't deserve to be treated like that by Nene, because Nene was just really being a child about whatever that happened with her and Malo and the whole king, because Nene is just a bitch, y'all, and I'm sick of Nene. And Kenny was just like, Nene need to stop hating and stop being so goddamn bothered by me, which, hey, I totally feel her on that, because, I mean, why? Why? Nene, don't even talk about people that you don't like. I'm telling you, silence is golden, people. Believe it. Anyway, that was pretty much the end of the episode. It was a good episode. I did want to tell y'all that I actually did watch Candy Coated Nights. I do watch that. It's coming back on. And I watched it last week, and Portia was actually on Candy Coated Nights. So what Portia did say, Candy asked her about, how did she feel about not getting a peach. And Portia was basically like, she said that she did, when she found out she wasn't getting a peach, she basically just confirmed, the situation. And she said that her check was the same. So, as she originally signed the contract, the money didn't change, so she didn't really care about not necessarily holding the peach. Then Candy reveals that, she didn't really understand why they took the peach from her in the first place, because Portia is throughout the entire season, just like she is on these first 4 episodes. So it's like she's not even missed. And I get it. I mean, hey, if you just gonna take me from the intro, but I'm still gonna be on the show and my money don't change, I wouldn't care either, of course. I mean, to be honest with you, I wouldn't even care. But this is the situation. So technically, she's not holding the peach, but she's still getting the same check. So we can't even say she's fired or a friend of the show, but her money ain't changed. So hey. She did also say that, basically now the difference is she is on the show, having conversations and dialogue with other people and about other people's situations and a little bit of hers. She said, but there is another avenue where her personal story is going to be more the forefront. So I took it as a hint, like she going to get her own show or spinoff or something like that. But maybe Portia get a show where she's dating and single and mingling. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but did want to give y'all that little nugget. So check out Candy Coated Night. It's not on Ustream anymore. It's on live stream. I got a live stream app, but it's on live stream, and it's actually up under TGI TV. So if y'all want to check that out, go to live stream TGI TV, and you will see Candy Coated Nights there. But otherwise, this was a great episode. I enjoyed it. I enjoy them all, even if they feel so boring. I have not watched anybody else's video, so I'm about to get it in with this YouTube. Check out these other reviews. Thank you guys so much for watching. This video is long enough. And don't forget to rate, like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!